Good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. I hope you all had a killer weekend. I went to bed last night feeling like so light and happy and grateful for a variety of reasons. We have a short week this week with Thanksgiving, which is always nice. And I just got a lot of crap done. I feel like I got my life organized. I got some things ready already for Christmas shopping, and I'm just super duper excited about how this week is going out. So today I want to chat with you about Q&A about just holiday stress, because this next 5, 6 weeks, and this year it actually ends up being a little bit longer thanks to the early Thanksgiving, um, uh, is just a stressful time. We have so many things to do, and we add more onto our already crazy busy lives. And I want to help you alleviate some of that stress by helping you figure out what you can take away, what you need to hold on to. Oops. Sorry, something pop up there I didn't want on there. So my name is Rachel. In case you don't know me, I help moms go from being frazzled to fit. I'm going to help give you tips that are going to help you stay sane through the holidays today, that you can carry on through your life long term. One of the things I'm going to be doing this month is sharing a video. I'm not going to do it live because I want to actually go into Google Calendar and show you how I schedule my life out and how I keep track of all the to-dos and all the things I've got to get done. So that's one of the things I'm going to do this month. But right now, what I just want to do is go through all the questions that we've gotten in the group over the last week about staying sane for the holidays. So I'm actually going to pull those up on my phone so I can take a look. If you have any additional questions or comments or things like that during this video, please, please, please throw them down in the comments and I will answer them live. So what is taking me so long to figure out where I'm going? Okay, so heading on, scrolling down through the book. Ooh, there I am. Q&A. All right, here we go. What stresses you out most about the holidays? So first one mentioned family members who can't be adult enough to be in the same room with others. And then we had a little bit of a discussion that went about just dealing with difficult situations at family gatherings. And in some families, that is just the norm. That's the way it works. And I'm fortunate enough that I have one brother, and we get along very, very well. We each have a bunch of kids, so there's 9 kids, and those kids get along really well, and we really don't have a whole lot of holiday stress. Now, when we get into the more extended family with some of my aunts and uncles, I know that sometimes we do end up with some situations where things are uncomfortable, where it's just not fun, where it ends up not being what you want it to be. And so in those particular situations, what I do, what I kind of coach my family to do is to let go of your expectations. Having this idea that you're going to go to this holiday and it's going to be perfect and wonderful and everybody's going to get along. If it's just not the norm, you just got to let it go. And the other tip is to not let it be your story. Don't let these rude relatives or crabby relatives or people that won't be in the same room with other people or people that just want to fight and stir the pot and cause problems with other family members, don't let that be your story. Go into the weekend or the day or whatever the activity is with your own story about joy and happiness and fun, and that you don't let those people bug you, and that it's not about them, that it's about you and your family and the people that you want to get along with. So create this story about how you want it to be. Now, obviously, those people may or may not be a part of your story. They may or may not pick up on your high vibe. They may just create their own vibe, and they may ruin it anyway for themselves and the people that they're trying to ruin it for. But don't let it ruin your weekend or your fun with the holidays. So, for example, let's say that we did have this situation a few years back. There was somebody that was part of our family that is no longer, that just always had to create the schedule, and we had to do everything her way. No matter what we did, whether we shopped, went out to lunch, whatever, it had to be her way or the highway, or she'd kind of throw a tizzy fit about it. And I'd go into the weekend thinking, before you came around, we'd get up early every Black Friday morning, and my mom and I and whatever kids we had would pile in the car, and we'd go shopping, and we do our thing, and we had fun doing it. My mom and I always can create a schedule that just works for both of us. We're easy. We get along with each other easy. We just kind of, a little give and take here and there. Well, all of a sudden this other person comes along and just kind of ruined the day. It changed the way that it worked for us. It changed the way that we enjoyed it. And neither my mom or I had as much fun as we used to. And so, we just kind of started, because most of the time what would happen was this person would control it by being late or wishy-washy, or wouldn't really let us know what she wanted to do. And then all of a sudden she'd fly in and be like, well, I wanted to eat lunch at noon. Okay, well, we're hungry at 11 and now you've created a problem in our schedule. And what we started doing was my mom and I just did our own thing. We created our own vibe, our own life. And if her schedule didn't fit in with the way that we did it, then we didn't include her. And the thing is it might look like we were the ones that we were being quote exclusive or not letting her be part of the group, or we weren't being flexible. But we had our story and we had our flexibility, and we wanted to maintain that flexibility. And so we just kind of created our own vibe that way. And the wonderful thing that happened is this person just kind of started getting into the vibe with us and got a little more flexible and a little bit more give and take. And so a lot of times, if you just show the way that you want things to happen, that person will kind of follow. So if you go to your family gathering, let go of your expectation of being perfect for everybody or the way that it's all going to go, but go in with the way that you want to feel and feel that way. Those people that cause a difficult situation, they may follow. Also, remember, you can always remove yourself from a situation that's difficult. I'm not saying you need to run out of the house slamming the door or don't show up. Go sit in a different room and tell them why you're doing it. Say, look, I'm not getting involved in this conversation. I'm out of here. I'm going to go sit somewhere else, and engage yourself in some other activity. Go down in the basement and play with the kids, because, there's always going to be high vibing with the kids. I remember one year we were at a family gathering, and it wasn't a holiday gathering, and I am not sure how, but talking about the time change and how whatever president it was at the time, like, moved the dates that we changed the time. Next thing I know, we were in a heated fight over some political crap that I didn't care about. And I finally just stood up at 9:30 and was like, I'm not listening to this. I'm going to bed. And I left, and I didn't have to listen to it anymore. And so just remove yourself from the situation if you're finding it uncomfortable. Also, find the funny in it. If you can, obviously, if it's not violent or people aren't getting extremely hurt, find the funny in it. Laugh. Find the joy. Find the funny in it. Because when you see adults interacting with each other in a way that's kind of juvenile, it is a little bit funny. So I guess I threw out a whole bunch of tips. I was kind of flying by the seat of my pants there, but get rid of all your expectations about how perfect it's going to be. Go with your own happy vibe so that you're sharing your happiness and your goodness and your vibe about it. Third one being to remove yourself from the situation. If it's possible for you to do that, go to a different room, but kind of announce why you're doing it, so they don't just think that you're like moved off or you're crabby or rude. Like, just get up and say, like, I'm not being a part of this. This is ridiculous. And then the fourth part there is find the funny in it. Laugh about it. If they're acting juvenile, then just find the funny and the joy in it. And maybe they'll see the funny in it as well. But I know there are definitely times where people don't enjoy family gatherings because it's not comfortable, it's not fun. And if you can, just avoid the gathering. Decide, how important is this to me? Do I really want to be there? Am I going to hurt, my mom's feelings and, all that kind of stuff? How badly do you want to go put yourself in that situation? And if you don't, then don't go. Just skip it. Okay. So next one is the cooking. So food is always a big, huge issue when we get around the holidays, because there's always a lot of extra food. There's food that we wouldn't eat on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes we feel pressure from certain family members to eat the food. Hi, Kara. Good to see you on here this morning. We're talking about Q&A about family and holiday and food and all the stresses that surround all of it. So if you have any questions, throw them down there in the comments and I'll chat about them. So food is a holiday stress, especially if you've set a goal to lose some weight, to eat healthier, to stay, to do gluten-free. I know the person that asked that question is eating vegan and keto. So now you've got these special dietary things, and you're going to somebody else's house and they're throwing this whole spread on the table of the usual turkey, stuffing, potatoes. Maybe your family, we never did those sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on top, so that was not something I ever got to enjoy as a kid, but maybe there's that food out there. There's always pumpkin pie or apple pie or some kind of desserts. All these foods that maybe you've been trying not to eat or trying to stay away from, and now they're all thrown right there in your face. Plus, oftentimes we have pressure from grandma. Aren't you going to try my apple pie? I worked so hard for it. It was always your favorite, or maybe you have some, that brother that's always saying, well, why aren't you, going to eat another helping of turkey? I made this turkey. A lot of pressure that we get from family members. And so it can get really difficult to go to these gatherings if you've got certain goals. So here are some tips that I have that you can, use this coming week over Thanksgiving, and then you can use throughout the holidays and really anytime during the year when you are in a situation where there is food and you're feeling a lot of pressure to eat it, whether it's pressure from yourself or it's pressure from family members that you just got to eat this food that you really don't want to eat. So the first tip is go in with your your idea of how you want this to be. What is your story going to be around going to this Thanksgiving meal? So I know that Thanksgiving meal is actually not one of my faves. I do like turkey, but like stuffing and potatoes and gravy and that kind of stuff has never really been my thing. But my thing is the dessert. I love pumpkin pie with real whipped cream on it. I also love apple pie. And my grandma always makes those, and I cannot say no to those. And so I'm going into this holiday meal, this Thanksgiving meal, with my story being, yeah, I don't really like the food or whatever. Yeah, I'm going to eat some turkey and, you know, kind of be part of the thing, but I know I'm going to have desserts. Okay. If I went into this Thanksgiving deal with my story being, oh, yeah, I'm not even going to eat dessert. I'm going to eat, you know, perfectly clean. I'm going to have a little bit of turkey and I'm going to eat whatever the vegetable is and, a scoop of potatoes, and that's going to be it. And I'm not going to have any dessert. What's going to happen is I'm going to get there and I'm going to see the dessert. I'm going to want the dessert. I'm going to eat the dessert, and then I'm going to feel crap about eating the dessert. So go with your expectation, your story. Decide ahead of time what it is that you are wanting to eat, what you want to consume. And when you're consuming that apple pie or the pumpkin pie or the stuffing or the turkey or whatever it is, make sure you're enjoying it, that you're not just shoveling it in. Do you ever, you know, go to a holiday gathering and people have piled their plates so high and they're talking and they're enjoying each other's company, but they're not even paying attention to what they're eating. So whatever you do eat, make sure that you're enjoying every second of it, because you are going to want to feel satisfied when you get done. So oftentimes we, you know, deny ourselves the pie, and then we get the pie in front of us that we weren't going to eat. We get the pie in front of us and we just can't stand it. We snarf it up, and then we get done and we're like, all right, next piece, please, because we didn't even notice that we ate that pie or enjoy it. So make sure that whatever you do decide to eat, that you are enjoying it, that you are feeling the taste of every morsel and how your body feels, and, you know, what is the air like around you. Like, really feel and enjoy that feeling of eating that pumpkin pie or stuffing or potatoes or whatever it is that you're eating, because that is going to help you feel satisfied. You're going to feel happy when you're done eating that food, and you're not going to walk away feeling guilty, bad, like you did something you shouldn't have, and you are going to just going to feel good about eating that pie or stuffing instead of feeling bad about it. So my third tip is to let the people at your gathering know about your goals. Now, I'm not suggesting you wear a big t-shirt that says I'm on a diet, because you're not on a diet, but don't say anything like that. You know, don't go around, you know, talking about how, oh, I'm not eating that now, I'm vegan. Because honestly, when you start walking around talking about whatever meal plan you're on, the people around you with the plates piled high of food, they just start thinking, gosh, what a snob. Yeah, so what, you're vegan. We don't all need to be vegan. We don't all need to be eating keto or paleo, I always say that wrong, or low carb or whatever it is that you're doing. It just kind of sets this negative mindset. But what I'm saying about letting people know about your goals is people need to know ahead of time that you're just changing the way that you're eating. Not that you're better than anybody else, but that you're just changing the way that you're eating, that you've, you know, taken up this fitness program, that you've got positive goals for yourself, whatever the case may be, especially your grandma and the pie. I'm lucky my, excuse me, my grandma's never really pressured me to eat the pie, and that's probably because I eat the pie before she has a chance to pressure me. But let your grandma know. Say, look, I'm just gonna have a small piece of pie, and it's nothing against your pie or anything, grandma. It's just that I'm really trying to eat less sugar. Or I'm trying to eat fewer, you know, carbohydrates, because I just find that they make me feel sluggish and tired. So it doesn't even need to be about I'm trying to lose weight, I'm on a diet. But let the people around you know what your goals are, because they're going to be a lot less likely to pressure you. And if somebody does continue to pressure you, like grandma about her apple pie a la mode that you eat every single year and that you love so much, Rachel, why aren't you having any this year? Or why are you only having a little piece? Just say, grandma, I'm just not having any right now, and feel free to walk away. That is your choice. You are not put on this earth to please grandma or Uncle Bob or your brother, because he made the best artichoke dip ever. True story. My brother did that one year, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. But you aren't there to please anybody else. And if they're going to be upset with you for not eating the apple pie, then so be it. Okay. You will feel your authentic truth. You will feel true to yourself, and you will feel like you did what you went there to do. You're following what your story is, and that's going to feel better than if grandma's happier with you. Yeah, I know a lot of people say, well, you know, it's my grandma, and this might be the last Thanksgiving, and she might want to see me eat the pie. Grandma's not going to lay in her deathbed and say, oh my gosh, Rachel didn't eat my pie at the last Thanksgiving. I have not lived my life to the fullest. Okay. You're the one that cares about that kind of thing. So Just keep your eye on the prize. Now, sometimes we just can't help ourselves and we overeat on the holidays. I have been there. It happens. Get done with it. Move on. Decide you're going to forgive yourself. You're not going to feel guilty about it. And continue to follow the plan after that. I see a lot of my clients that get to Thanksgiving. They go to the Thanksgiving weekend. They don't do the workouts that they plan. They don't eat the food that they plan. They eat like crap. They feel like crap. And they go, you know what? This next month is just going to be a month long of holiday parties and food and no time to work out and stress and shopping. I'm just going to suck it up and eat all the food, skip the workouts and do the things with the shopping. And then January 1st, I will feel better. There's a reason why January 1st is a huge New Year's resolution day. And it's the first day of a new year, whatever, but it's also because people get through that holiday slog and they feel like crap about themselves and they want to make themselves feel better. Don't go down that rabbit hole. If you screw up Thanksgiving or the whole weekend for that matter, eat too much, don't work out, get back into it. Get realigned with your goals. So set a date with yourself on Sunday with your journal and get realigned with what your goals are. Write them out. Look at them, visualize them, feel them, and then you are going to continue. You're not going to be perfect over the holiday week month. I mean, that's just the way it is, but continue to follow the goals that you set, and you're going to be so much happier when you get to the first of the year and you just want to lose 10 pounds instead of 20 because you put 10 pounds on over the course of the month. So those are some tips I have for dealing with the food situations over the holidays. When you go out to eat, just make healthy choices. If you're faced with bars, have a little bit of a bar. Don't eat the whole pan of them. Kind of that common stuff that you hear all the time, because it doesn't need to be a free-for-all and you don't need to please anybody else but yourself. So hope that was helpful for somebody out there to that's listening. So traveling, somebody just posted that they struggle with traveling. One of the things that I know that runs for me is just being in a different place, and I want to do my workouts and I want to eat my certain food and I want to get enough sleep, is just sticking to your routine and planning ahead. So we're leaving on Wednesday night at about 7 at night, and we're going to get there a little bit like 10:30 where we're going. We're visiting my mom, and my mom knows about my goals, so she knows that I want my weights. I've talked with her ahead of time about different things I want, like almond milk and fresh veggies and eggs and yogurt. I think are the things that and salad greens that I've got on my list for her to kind of have there, so that I've got some of my healthy foods and the things I like to eat. And so I talked with her about those kind of things. And then and then she knows I like to do my workouts. And so I looked at my workouts to figure out where, what workouts I want to do while I'm there, to make sure that I bring my equipment. So I've got my bands and my sliders. I'm going to have them all packed. And my mom got some weights. I've made sure that the workouts that I'm going to do are going to be weight sizes that she has. And so plan ahead, and that makes the whole traveling piece of it and being away from your home and all that environment a little bit easier. Now, if you just hate traveling and driving in the car and, taking your kids in the car, make it a good, fun time. So our trip is going to be about 3.5 hours there and 4 hours on the way back. And so for the kids, we always bring a few movies. My kids only can watch movies in the car when we're taking a long trip. So they can watch some movies. They're bringing along some of their homeschooling homework. And they have books to read. My older girls have their phones and they watch gymnastic videos. Just make sure that they're entertained. Make it fun. Play some Christmas music. Sing and dance a little bit, especially if you're starting to get sick of the drive. So do things that you can do to make it fun. Bring some snacks in the car. I always say things that are not super duper messy, because you don't want to clean that mess out of the car. To make the traveling fun for you, I always bring audiobooks. Right now I'm reading the Lucky Bitch book by listening to it. And so I bring an audiobook to listen to. If I'm not the driver, I bring some journaling and different things to do to kind of entertain myself while I'm in the car, because I want to, again, I want the time to go fast for myself. If you've got like a 20-hour trip, same rules apply. Bring some food, bring some movies. My son is interrupting. What do you need? You're what? Okay, well, I'll get you a snack when I get done, okay? So then go for granola bar. That's all I wanted was a granola bar. So bring things for the kids to entertain themselves, plan frequent stops, and then same thing for yourself. Audiobooks, different things that you can do. Another cool thing is you can buy a deck of cards online that's got different like quiz questions or topics of conversation, trivia, things like that you can ask your kids. My mom always asks my kids trivia questions, especially the younger ones. Who's your mom's brother? Who's your grandpa's sister? Things like that make kids think, and also helps them to get to know your family a little bit. So those are just some of the tips that I have as far as traveling goes. If you want anything more specific, throw it down in the comments and I'll try to answer some more specific ones for you. One of the other stresses that comes up is money that somebody posted about, and this is a time of year of spending. It is called Black Friday for a reason. We spend more money at this time of year. I don't have any exact statistics. We spend more money this time of year than we do any other time of the year. It helps all the retail stores. Like, this is where they make money. Otherwise, they're like in the red. Hence the reason it's called Black Friday. They get in the black. And so it is a time of spending, but you do not need to spend oodles of money on people to make them happy. Create your budget, figure out what you can spend on people, and don't go into debt overspending on people, because most people are not going to care at all about how much money is spent on them or what you get them. Get them something that's going to mean something. I know that there's been years I've gotten my dad like hardly anything, but it was something that really meant a lot to him. I made some like energy balls and beef jerky and did like a little gift certificate for them to get him and his girlfriend to get a massage. And that was kind of like that. It was a thoughtful gift, and it was something that they took to heart. So don't feel like you need to go spend oodles and oodles of money on people in order to make them happy. You don't need to spend oodles of money, making food or decorating your house or whatever the case may be. Just always remembering that where that gift comes from, or that thought is coming from your heart, and that is what is going to be the most important part. And talking about money blocks and issues is a whole nother video, so we can do that at a different time. The last thing that I wanted to talk about was a question that I got just about schedule and how do you have enough time to do it all. See exactly what that question went. I can't find it. Oh, well, it was just a question about like scheduling it all and having time to fit everything in over the holidays. And that's one of the things I'm going to do. Like I said, I'm going to create a video. It'll probably be next week. This week it's a little crazy with the holiday week and a short week, but is how to schedule stuff and fit it all in. And again, you decide what's important to you. What are your priorities? Are your priorities to go to a Christmas party every single night during the week or every weekend evening? Or is your priority to have more time at home with your family and enjoying Christmas movies? On Saturday, we were home all day. And one of the things I did is I sat and watched Hallmark Christmas movies with my kids, those cheesy movies. And we had a blast trying to guess what was going to happen next. Because of course you already know what's going to happen next. It's the same thing in every Hallmark Christmas movie. But like part of that was the fun. Like, what is fun to you? What are your priorities? I know one of the things that I have done, I do a lot of online shopping now, and I know some people are like, oh my gosh, that's not the Christmas spirit. But my mom and I used to get up, like I mentioned earlier, at 4:30 in the morning on Black Friday, and we'd haul the kids in the car. We probably did this for up to 3 kids, and then after that we just stopped, not because there were so many kids, but we just decided it wasn't fun anymore. But we'd get up and we'd jump in the car and we'd go wait in line and we'd fight in the parking lots and we'd, get all the good deals. And a few years ago, we realized that on Thanksgiving night, after we get done eating the pie, that sitting with a Christmas movie on next to each other on the couch with our laptops on Amazon was far more fun than fighting people in the stores the next day. And so I just realized that, it's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go shopping on Black Friday and do Christmas shopping and maybe go out to the Kohl's and stand in line at midnight. We did do that one year. It was 11 at night or something out in front of Target. I had a baby that would have been 3 months old, and I dragged her out and we stood out in the freezing cold. And I remember standing there like nursing her and having somebody get like really bothered that I was nursing my baby in public in the middle of the night in line at Target, but I wanted this iPod. And so we did it. And I guess it's a good memory. It was fun, but gosh, the stress. So what can you do and what do you want to have on your schedule that is going to create the most fun for you to enjoy the holiday? We've all had holidays that we don't even remember because we were stressed out over Christmas presents and getting this done and that done. Oh, we've got to go to this Christmas party and this program, and I don't even want to see these people at this party. Why are we doing this? And so what is it that you really want to do? What is going to create the most fun for you? Like, I, for the first time in a few years, am like so fired up and excited about Christmas. I can't even explain it. I feel like I've got stuff under control. I know it hasn't even started yet, but I know what my priorities are. I know that I've already spent a little bit of time on Amazon, and I know that we're going to do that a little bit on Thanksgiving night. I know that on Black Friday, instead of getting up at 4 in the morning and heading out to stores, because the stores stopped even having sales at 5 in the morning anymore anyway, they were all on Thanksgiving. And for me, Thanksgiving was a day of staying home. So I don't want to get involved in that. But I know we're going to go get a Christmas tree, and we're going to go down to where the University of Minnesota campus is and hang out down there a little bit and have lunch and do some University of Minnesota shopping. And so we're doing some things that are going to be fun and that are really aligning with my idea of joy and happiness of the season, and not doing all the stuff that I feel like I got to get done or it's not going to get done, because then you get to Christmas and you're tired and exhausted. And I've had years where I've been sick. I remember one year, this would have been a couple years ago. My dad was here, and I spent like the 4 or 5 days he was here just feeling sick and miserable because I just wore myself out during that holiday season. So only do the things that feel good to you, that you're in a line with. Now, I know there are some things that you have to do and you can fit them in here and there, but it's really okay to say no to something unless it's like an absolute necessity that you got to do it. So say no to things that you do not have to do and really pick the things that you're in alignment with. And then guys, just plan, schedule it out. Don't skip your workouts because you don't think you have time. You can get up in the morning and do them. Don't skip eating healthy because you're busy. Do some meal planning ahead of time. And just plan it out. If you know you're going to go to a Christmas party after work today, then maybe don't plan on trying to fit in Christmas shopping between work and the Christmas party. When we stress ourselves out, it's because we try to do too much. Save the Christmas shopping for a different day. Save it to do it online. There are so many different things that you can do so that you're not feeling like you're stretched for time. The more stuff you try to cram in an already busy schedule is what's going to make you feel frazzled, and it's going to make you resent the holiday season. So the goal is to get through holidays this year and enjoy it and have fun. And I know this year, like, I'm just more excited than I have been in years for it. And I just feel like I'm in a place where I'm ready to relax and enjoy it. Like this holiday weekend, I'm just so excited to like not have anything to do other than the things I want to do. Spending time with family, eating some pie, shopping with my mom and my kids, and getting our Christmas tree with my husband, and just really enjoying the season of the holidays so that when it's over, like I kind of feel sad because it's over instead of, oh, thank God that's done. That was so awful. I do not want holidays to come again, ever. So I hope those things were helpful for you. If you have any questions that you come up with after the video, if you watch the replay, let me know down in the comments. Type in replay and then let me know your question. I would love to hear from you. I will post this as I'll post this on my YouTube page, and so you can go back and check it there as well. I hope you have a great rest of your day and get excited about this holiday season. It is fun. It is a joyous time. Don't be afraid to say no to the stuff you don't want to do, and I will see you next time, ladies. Bye-bye.